Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. Welcome to the Commonwealth cabin. Have, I guess, somewhat of a serious topic today. It's serious for some people anyways. We're going to talk about eBay's layoffs. They've just announced not too long ago a round of layoffs in the company. And I saw a post in our Facebook group, the Trash to Cash Reseller group. I thought we could talk about it a little bit on the Flipper channel as well. Get a little feedback, talk about my opinions on it, but we've got some sales. The sales have ramped back up slowly, but they're getting back to where they used to be after last episode where we had, I think, 4 sales almost in 2 days, which was really, really bad for us. And now we've had some more sales. We could be shipping out $1,076 worth of stuff today, but we're not going to because I got to ship tomorrow as well. So we're going to maybe cut that in half, do half today, half tomorrow. Pretty cool items. Let's take a look. As always, we're going to talk about a few sales before we get to the topic. Sold a Sharp VCR, which isn't always great. Sharp is not the best brand, but it did have a box to go with it, I suppose. This is not somebody who bought this didn't buy it for this box. A lot of the old ones, sometimes they do, and this one is one that I'm not going to have any trouble whatsoever just shipping it out in this box if it's packaged securely in there. $49 for that one, plus shipping. I believe I remember buying that one last year when I was at the 301 sale in North Carolina. And this one we got on the road as well. Got this down at Dante Prison and Profits Convention down in Greensboro. That's not it. There it is. And it was, I know Eric OBX got a bunch of good hats, and I bought this one. I can't remember what I paid for it. I know I paid up. He might have been asking like 15, and I might have given him $10 for it, knowing it was a pretty good hat. Sold for, I think I had it listed for 59. Sold it for 49, 40. So I took an offer on it. I don't remember how much I sold for, but still making pretty good profit. That's a UCLA Bruin hat. It was in South Carolina, so it was a little out of place, and I'm an old SoCal boy, and I like the Bruins. So it's a Mitchell & Ness. It's got the tags and everything new, right? Except for it's really not, because you can see there's a little bit of wear right there, a little bit of fading. A little color there, but it's pretty darn good shape. Somebody's gonna like that hat a bunch, and I'm gonna say it was $49, even though I'm not 100% sure. The next one, you may remember, we sold it before, but it got canceled before we shipped it. It is Baroness, and I remember I had that one, that Cobra backpack and the gun. It's an interesting character, and I always like to read these. The spoiled offspring of wealthy European aristocrats. This one's not particularly funny, but some of them really are. Graduated from student radicalism into international terrorism and finally into the ranks of Cobra. She was severely burned during a Cobra night attack operation and has had extensive plastic surgery. Rumor has it that she is the only one who knows Destro's secret identity. That's pretty cool. Her principal weakness is in her division of her loyalty between Cobra Commander and Destro. Her chief strength would seem to lie in her ability to play them against each other. Interesting. $50 profit on that one. It's over $60 plus shipping. Almost to $3,000, but not quite there yet from $1,040. $400 cost, $640 in labor. Because we paid Jess to come in and do all this. Jess was with me when this one sold. We were at a baseball practice, so she got to see it. We sold a Bushnell Wingman from the Lost and Found sale. If you remember, we paid $200 for all of that stuff. We are probably, with this sale, already in the profit. And we have all that. We have all of this, and we have all of that left. So that is going to be a terrific sale right there. $95 for this one. It is a speaker, but it does more. I don't really want to open it, but I think y'all have seen it before. I'll open it really quick if I can with one hand. And of course I can't. So it's a speaker for some music out there on the course, but it's got a little remote. It'll tell you how far you are to the hole right there as well. And then an app, you can enter your scores and stuff. So those things are pretty popular. $95 plus shipping used. And I just remembered, not only are we in the profit at this point, my wife wanted to keep one of those, so we've got it, and she's been using it. It's got really good sound, and Uncle Steve bought one off of me as well. Bought one. Super, super cheap, just like Uncle Steve, but hey, you know. Now, I saw this story in the Facebook, well, somebody posted this story in the Facebook group, Trash to Cash Reseller Facebook group. And I was thinking about it. I read the article. I'm going to read a little bit of it to you here today. I learned a couple interesting things, but I think it's a good idea to keep your finger on the pulse of some of these platforms, especially eBay, if you're a big eBay seller. But there's some other platforms as well that I like to keep an eye on, and especially if they're publicly traded. You know, I love the idea of looking at market share and who's gaining in market share and who's losing in market share. I like to see how much quarterly profits are when they come in. I don't own any stock in eBay. I used to many, many moons ago, but I don't anymore. Maybe I should pick some up just for fun so I keep track of it a little bit better. But this is an interesting story. The particular one I'm reading right now is from Reuters, and it's from February 7th, so it's a little old, but it's the same report across the board. And at the very end of it, I'm going to do some speculating and then ask you to speculate as well. I think it'll be an interesting topic. So e-commerce firm eBay, and then they give this stock ticker, of course, said on Tuesday it will lay off 500 employees globally. That's a key, representing 4% of its workforce. So there's one of the first things that I learned right there is that if I can do my ciphering right, like Andy used to say on Andy Griffith's show, that means that they have, let's see, 25 times, about 12,500 employees, or they had 12,500 employees. Now they have 12,000 employees. So it'll give you an idea, 4% of its workforce globally. So I would like to dig in a little bit more to that globally. Who are we laying off here? Are these people in India? Are these call center folks? Are the, who is it that we're laying off? Shares in the San Jose, California based company rose about 1% in aftermarket trade. So there's the market reaction to this. In other words, this is no big surprise. In reality, a lot of California-based and other places, tech places, a lot of them have already done this. eBay was kind of trailing. I think Zoom announced layoffs at the same time, but a lot of these tech companies have been doing some layoffs, and eBay is no exception. I think it's probably a good sign that these were coming later than some of the other tech companies. Here's what the CEO says. Jamie Iannone wrote a letter to employees announcing that eBay is eliminating jobs in response to the global macroeconomic environment. Interesting. So what he's saying is nothing specific to eBay itself is leading us to this decision. It's just something globally that's going on, and we need to face it by making these changes. Now, of course, that's probably more likely just deflection. Who knows? There could be something. There certainly is something. Macroeconomic reasons are always out there, but it's the microeconomics of a company that drives what they do on a day in, day out basis. So I'm not saying he's lying here. I'm just saying this is an easy answer just to say, hey, it's not our fault, y'all, for all these people who are losing their jobs. It's just the global economic circumstances right now. He goes on to say because of the future forward plans, he has hard news to share. Over the next 24 hours, we'll be letting go of approximately 500 employees. There's no easy way to communicate this, but I do want to share this with you and the reasons why we are making these decisions. He says this shift gives us this is his rationale for this, gives us additional space to invest and create new roles in high potential areas, new technologies, customer innovations, and key markets. Interesting. And to continue to adapt and flex with the changing macroeconomic, macro e-commerce and technology landscape. Iannone continued impacted employees are expected to be notified by Wednesday, and then goes on to talk about transition packages and severance and all that. One thing I loved about teaching AP World History is we would take primary source documents, old documents, and we would dissect them and read between the lines and try to figure out what's really going on, discover biases and different stuff like that. And this is the kind of thing. They're giving you this vague picture of what's going on. Something's going on behind the scenes. What are these new technologies that they want to invest? They're reallocating the money that they were giving to employees, a certain amount of employees, to different things. New technologies being one of them. Customer innovations, who the heck knows what that is. Key markets. Now that one intrigues me a little bit. What's this key market? Is it a domestic market? Is it younger people? Is the new technology going to be, are they going to go big push all in to compete with whatnot kind of thing? Or am I completely off? Are these new markets overseas? Are there specific, is it East Asia? Because that's where all the people are, you know? Maybe it's South Asia. That's probably where these employees are being fired, by the way. Some of them, anyways. You know, hopefully that's not going to hurt their customer service any more than it's already been hurt over the last few years. And continue to adapt and flex with the changing macroeconomic and technology landscape. I think that's the key. I think really that the key is technology. And I don't necessarily think that the key markets are inside of the United States. I think they're probably out, but I could be wrong. Let me know. What do you think all that mumbo jumbo means right there? What do you think eBay's plans are? Where are they going to go? They can't diverge too much from what they're doing now. But where do you think they want to lead this thing? I'm curious to know what you think in the comments. So all three of these items here are from On the Road. 301. This is from, like I said, Greensboro down there. And this one I bought at the 24 sale. Escape from the Interstate. Is that what it's called? I can't even remember. It was pretty cool. I bought it for a quarter. Mongoose McEwen, NHRA, Winston World Finals 1998. Sweet logo. They've got the sponsors on the side, Hugger Sportswear, and then Leukemia Lymphoma. So this must have been some kind, or no, not lymphoma, Leukemia Society of America. And the Hugger tag right there, you see? And it's a size small. So I thought this would take forever to sell because it was a size small. It didn't. It sold really quickly. Look at that, Sizzler. Sweet. The Bel Air, that thing is awesome. And that sold really quick. Sold for 20 bucks. Bought it for a quarter. I'll definitely take it, that sale. All right, y'all. I just dug through all those to find these two records. Took me a little while, so I didn't want to put it on camera. Nazareth sold. And it's, you know, obviously a little bit worn, but that's a cool cover. And Billy Squire sold. They both sold to viewers. So after having a not as many viewer sales last week, and boy, the people tell me in the comments, "See, you can't sell anything unless you sell to viewers." I'm like, oh, okay. Today we had a bunch. We had 6 viewer sales out of the 16 sales headed out of here. By the way, this is single stitch. I didn't mention that. See that right there? Single stitch. And I hear a cat. But I'll read both of those here in just a second. Pepper. What do you know? Boots was in here earlier. Billy Squire sold for $9 plus shipping. Went out to Kevin. Kevin, thank you. You have been around the channel for a long time. Love watching your channel. Look forward to every episode. Subscribe to Cameron's channel. Cameron Bowser. Awesome. Thank you. He's a cool dude. Fantastic content there as well. Thanks for the suggestion. You're very welcome. Many thanks and blessings to you and your family, Kevin. Hope you enjoy the record. So I already gave you treats, and now you want more. I mean, you are insatiable. The Nazareth one went out to James. Hey, Kevin, enjoy watching your YouTube channels. And then he goes on to say a bunch of really nice stuff, which I don't want to read because it makes me sound... When you're reading stuff that's nice about yourself, it never sounds good. James at Foothills Flipper, eBay and Mercari. And yeah, we've got a few bubble bucks left, and we always throw in the stickers in the cart. So thank you. The small stickers, not the big ones. That does remind me though that all of these stickers sold out in record time. They sold out so fast. 9 hours and they're gone. Insane. We do still have some bags, probably by this point when you hear this video. I'm sure, well, I'm not certain we do, but we got 100 bags, so those take a little while to sell. We're 9 hours in from that video posting, and we're, I think, have 52 left, so 48 have sold in 9 hours, and it usually takes a day to a day and a half. So Reagan has been doing some shipping already, but she has a massive amount of shipping to do, and she's going to probably divvy it up. So it may be a little while before you get your stuff, but it's coming. Oops, you know what? I think I'm in the wrong spot here. Sold a fanny pack, and it's a cool one because I've never seen it. It's almost like homemade. I think it's in that drawer. There it is right there. How about this weird one? And it sold for 15 bucks free shipping. It's super light, but I just love this kind of stuff. Baby Ruthless. It's like somebody made this thing. Got some candy corn there. Yuck Bar, Trouble Gum, Daffy Taffy, and Murky Way. I have no idea. But I know it's sold for 15 bucks, and it's going to cost, you know, say 4 bucks to ship. Let's say it's $3.57. There's an $8 profit in there. I got this one for free. I think I did anyways. I'm not quite sure. But whatever, $7.50 profit. It's going to go in something super duper small like this and be super duper cheap. I love these you know, I went years without using poly bags. I mean, I've been doing this for 20 years, but I would do all kinds of stuff and I'm like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? I mean, it was probably 6 years in before I ever got a poly bag. Anyway, this will get folded up real nice, go in there, and it'll go out for the 4-ounce rate. And, oh, hey, I almost forgot, we're talking about shipping. Kyle, thank you to Kyle. I feel like I already thanked Kyle. Maybe I'm messing this up. For buying plans for the Commonwealth Picker shipping table over on CommonwealthPicker.com. Speaking of shipping, we sold a Mickey and the Beanstalk poster. I think those are going for like $19 plus shipping. And my tubes came in that we were talking about the other day. I don't know which one Mickey is. I'm going to say it's probably this one. And the tubes came in, and we're excited about that from SupplyHut. By the way, SupplyHut has announced they also have LP boxes. And they are cheap. I used to pay like $65, $64.95 for 100 LP boxes. And now he's selling them for $64 right there. And then if you use code Commonwealth, you get 5% off that. It's like 61 bucks for the LP boxes, which is cheaper for that quality of LP box. It's cheaper than anywhere else that I'm aware of. So pretty happy about that. So Charlie, thanks for doing that. Y'all, if you need LP boxes and you're used to buying it from somewhere else, if you don't mind at least checking out Charlie over there at SupplyHut.com, you can just log in. You can use my link if you want, or you could just type in SupplyHut.com and use code Commonwealth. You can get 5% off anything over there. Oh, you have to use the search bar at the top. Don't go looking in boxes. Use the search bar and look up record boxes or LP boxes. Why? What is wrong with you? Didn't you eat today? I feel like you're just not leaving me alone. We sold an Announcement. Surprise, surprise. Here it is. It's getting lower every time. There you go. You can take a peek right there. And I'll grab this one. This one went to Sharon and to Bobby. And they are looking to get their eBay store moving with this Enema Man. Or this Enaman. This is an Enaman. This is an Enema Man right here, because I don't have the copyright to Enaman. And they do. See, there you go. Registered and trademarked. Anyway, thank y'all. They won one of our auctions. Thank you. By the way, the Enema Man is a lot cheaper on CommonwealthPicker.com than the Enema Man is on eBay. Anyway, Kevin, my family, and I, and my wife, they've been reselling for a little while. I'm not going to read the whole thing. And they said it took about a month of watching the show to switch from I don't want a plush enema to let's win one of the auctions. Thank you. We hope the Enema will help get things moving in our eBay store. Flippin' Crazies Resale Shop. That's the name of it. Flippin' Crazies Resale Shop. Thank you for all that you do, the laughs, the fun, the knowledge. Blessings upon you. May those blessings return to you 100-fold, Shannon and Bobby. Let me tell you, they already have. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I hope he gets things moving for you. We sold some Merrells, some sandals right here. And these sold one other time and got canceled or returned, I think, unless I had a couple pairs. I'm not quite sure. But either way, they didn't sell for what I thought they'd sell for. They ended up selling for $17.50. Plus shipping, because they went out on a discount, 25% off, I think, because they were taking forever to sell. Do you remember me saying earlier that I sold, quote unquote, my uncle those speakers, or that one speaker? This was part of our trade. He sent me these pins right here, and there's a few of them in there. We're selling for $10, so there's not huge profit, but it's multi-quantity. It'll sell over time, and there's 2 in a package here. Breast Cancer Awareness Enamel Tack Pin. It says it's got genuine Austrian crystal layered in 18 karat gold. So there you go. Anyway, that one went for $9.50 because it went out on a 5% off deal. There was 11 total of those. So if they do all sell for $10 or $9.50, that's, you know, roughly, well, let's see, 11, it's $50. We'll call it $50. I'm so excited to use this item for breast cancer awareness fundraiser in October. My wife and I are repeat buyers from your stores. We love our 2022 ornament and our, that was, who was it this year? Pepper, right? and our Enema Hen Christmas ornament as well. We love all your videos and look forward to 2023. Picking 2023. And they're from Montana. They sent the Gates of Montana pendants. I remember, thank you. And Friends of Troy, Mountain Man Treasure. If you haven't checked out Troy, go check him out. Really nice guy. He came down to Uncle Mark's garage sale with us. So may God continue to bless you. Thank you, Troy, who is friends with Troy. We appreciate it. Grabbing something from the Auburn bin. It's been a little while since we grabbed something from this bin, which is good because it's full. This has got a ton of banners in it and some big giant sleeping bags and stuff. So need to sell some stuff. It's banner time, y'all. There you go. We sell quite a bit of these, but it's usually when the seasons change. So we've got spring coming up. We got a bunch of spring ones in there. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. There you go. I like that. We usually pay $1, maybe $2, selling for like 10 plus shipping like this one. So they're not huge money, but they lay flat. They don't take up much space. And for some reason, I like it. We got some baseball ones in there, some Easter ones in there. I'm hoping to get those sold this spring. Big giant shout out, by the way, to all you 9-to-5ers out there. I know that is a vast majority of the audience, maybe not particularly 9-to-5, but so many of y'all do this as a side hustle. And, you know, I was reading comments from the last video and talking about how sales were, you know, bad, and or at least they were for me for a few days. And people are like, you know what, I do this part-time. I only sell 5-6 things a week. And yeah, things are down to like 2 a week for the last couple of weeks. And it's interesting to see that, right? They're not dependent on that money to survive necessarily, but that's extra money that makes things a little bit easier. I know there's a ton of you out there who buy and sell just like that, trying to sell 5-10 things a week just to make ends meet. So big shout out and applause to all of you doing the right things for you and your family. And I've been there, trust me, many years where, you know, you just were waiting for that paycheck to show up because you needed it that bad, or waiting for that sale to happen. And sometimes it happens just in the nick of time. Not that this one is $10 plus shipping, but when those big ones come across, sometimes right when you need them. Somebody tell me one of those stories down below. You know, you really needed some cash and you just made like a $400 sale or something just in time. I'd love to hear that story. All right, Turner bailed me out in here because I could not find this. And I knew this was inside because I keep the Christmas ornaments inside. I used to keep the Coke ones out here, but we sold almost all of them off. And so I kept the few left inside. That box is a little damaged. And Sandy bought it. There we go. And Sandy, thank you. $9.50 plus shipping, like $18. Is that plus shipping as well? Yeah, $18.95 plus shipping. That is a vintage Snoopy, and it's a baby rattle. Can you rattle it? Yeah.
This looks like a basketball to me, though.
Yeah, it's kind of like a beach ball, maybe.
Yeah.
Can I see the tag? Can you show me the tag on the back? All right, let me see if I can show it to everybody while you're petting the... It is... No, there you go. You see that? It's a vintage tag, Snoopy on it. 1968 is the... That's not when it's made, but... Anyway, it's a pretty cool one, and it's in great shape, and there's some similar comps on eBay for like around the $30 mark. So, how you doing, Pepper? And Sandy bought them from us. Will you say thank you to Sandy?
Thank you, Sandy.
And, oh, it's funny, because first I said, find me a Snoopy in here, and he pointed up here. And I'm like, no, that's not Snoopy, that's who? Scooby-Doo. Anyway, but he found it. I'm pretty impressed. It was in the Kelsey, California one right there. So thank you, bud. You earned your money this time. $2 to...
Save $2, spend $2 to donate. Bye.
And Sandy left a very nice message. I won't read it all, but she did leave and I will refund the difference. And if I ever forget that, y'all, you got to get on me, because sometimes we're doing shipping in here and when it's done, and I totally forget. So don't be afraid to remind me. I'm about a 50-50 ratio, and then people have to remind me. I need to write it down on a sticky note as I'm doing it, and then I won't forget. But because we don't do shipping one at a time, which would be easy to do that. We ship it all at the same time, bulk shipping, print them all off. And if I did them singles, you know, it'd be easier. So, Sandy, if I forget, send me a message. I'll get it right, I promise. It takes me a while, but I'll get it right. And she said, stop paying attention to all these negative people out there. She says, when they say they're leaving as a viewer, just block them. And then she puts in quotations, for a month. They would miss you. Just be you. I think we do. Listen, I think it's I use these people's comments because I think it's one thing that brings us together, because a lot of us hear this kind of stuff, not necessarily YouTuber type comments, but, you know, and people are like, oh yeah, you're a reseller. Okay. You know, like, how's that going for, and it's kind of demeaning kind of thing. They just don't understand. They don't understand the why behind why we do it too. And so I bring up these comments, you know, I often say none of this stuff really affects me because I've been married, you know, so you're used to a little criticism. I've been a high school history teacher, and so you're used to people pushing back against you. And then I've been a high school baseball coach, you know, all this stuff for years and decades. So I kind of get used to getting yelled at, you know. It's all right. Thank you, Sandy. I appreciate it. All right, y'all. We have the whole crew in here. I thought there was another cat in here. I saw three.
It was Pepper.
Pepper. Oh, I bet she's in there. There you are. Okay. All right, and we, by the way, we're talking mostly stickers and these IKEA bags right here today, but there's other sales in here too. Enema Men, Trash to Cash stuff, Commonwealth picker, tumblers, 4 or 5 t-shirts. There's all kinds of stuff you got to ship out of here if these animals leave you alone. Reagan is like the patron saint of all poor soul animals, huh?
Hi, No Name.
Yep. That's
Boot
right.
sleeps with me, Dobby sometimes. No Name.
Yeah. No, you don't need plushes because you got all these animals. Look at this fat cat. I heard a cat out here today, Reagan. I heard a meow, a faint meow.
Ooh.
And if there is a kitten under this shed, we are going to have problems. All right, well, let's say thank you to some folks. There's a ton, y'all, so listen for your name quick. We're going to roll. And this isn't even half of the sales.
Yeah.
So we'll do some more tomorrow. All right, what you got?
Jody, and she is Toy Addict. John, Kevin, Roxanne, Michelle, Karen, Austin, Richard, Gina, Deborah, James, Elizabeth, Nancy, Jerry, Jim, Tracy, Sarah, Sue, Glenn, Brenda, Timothy, Chad, Rob, William, and Johnny.
Yep, John.
And he is a monthly subscriber.
Yeah, oh yeah, that was so weird. That was at the bottom. I didn't even know there's a thing called monthly subscription on CommonwealthPicker.com. I didn't even know what the heck that was. So thank you for pointing that out. I guess, I don't know what you're subscribing to, Johnny. Maybe it's just a way to say thank you. I appreciate that greatly.
And Megan, and she is Purple Sun Exchange on eBay, and Megan Makes Sunshine on Instagram.
Megan Makes Sunshine. And listen, y'all, there could have been other shout-outs we missed in there. We just randomly picked a couple. And Jody, Toy Addict, was on there. You are awesome. You've always been so kind to us. Look at this dog trying to get in trouble. So we'll give you some more thanks tomorrow. Reagan's going to be in here shipping today and tomorrow for quite a bit. This is just a preliminary. This is just what went out on IG first, but you have a ton to do. You're going to make so much money. What are you going to do with all this money? And we get to donate it, and you still have to decide what we're donating to. If we're going to do Compassion, we're probably going to do Compassion. But what is the other one? Are we going to do St. Jude or something else? So anyway, we'll talk about that later. See you later.
Bye, and don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
Hey, all, just one sale in here. Another one of these. You'll be seeing these over the coming weeks, I think, and days. We've been selling the heck out of these. Got a crazy good deal. I still haven't edited this video, y'all. It's nuts. And size 48 plus. 4 of these things are long. They're actual team jerseys. This one's not numbered. It's a practice jersey, but some of them are numbered and some of them have names. There's a baseball one I think just sold. Talk about it tomorrow. $45 for this one. The ones with names, numbers are going to go for more money. Pretty crazy deal. I can't remember what I paid, but there's hundreds of dollars in profit in that box. And they're going way quicker than I thought. I thought they'd be long tail. So, at any rate, thank you. And hey, you know what? Tons of people, a few people yesterday used the Rolo link, which I appreciated. If you're going to buy a Rolo, use that link. That would be very nice of y'all. I appreciate that greatly. If you're not going to buy one, you know, there's knockoff versions and stuff like that, cheaper, whatever. So, you know, different strokes for different folks, I suppose. But if you do get one and you use my link, reach out some way after you got it and after it's set up, and I want to know how much you like it. I've said this before, but the number one thing that I regret not doing sooner was getting a thermal printer of some sort. I chose the Rolo and just absolutely love it. So anyway, hope you guys are doing great. Hope your sales are picking up. I know last week it was a struggle for me, and a lot of you chimed in and said the same. So hopefully it's going in the right direction at least. And we appreciate you stopping by, and I can't wait to see you next
time.